Welcome everyone to my project video, and let me introduce myself. My name is Stefan and I'm from Multimedia Nusantara University, and I'm majoring in Informatics dual degree program, which I'm going to Australia in 2 years. What are we going to do in this video? So this is obviously I told you that this video is a project video, which I'm going to talk about 3 case studies which my lecturer gave me. So the sequence is I'm going to talk about the case study first, and then I'm going to talk about how am I going to solve those problems. So the first case study is you will leave for Australia in the near future to continue your study. You just received an information that in the first semester you will live in an apartment together with a friend from another country with different culture, different religion and belief. You realized that misunderstanding might happen because of the differences. What will you do in order to solve this problem wisely? For this first case study, according to what I've learned, so there are 4 things that I can do. The first one is accommodation, the second one is compromise, and the third one is concession, and the last one is consensus. So what are those things? The first one, accommodation, is agree to disagree. So accommodation is actually you are still disagreeing with the other person's opinion, but at the same time you gotta agree to them. The second one, compromise, actually to have an agreement with your friend or someone that you have a problem with, so that you guys might have different opinions and still you can get that one agreement. Concession. What is concession? One individual agrees to give in to the other. So what does the concession mean? So concession means that you follow someone else's idea or opinion. So you don't use your own idea in this, you just follow someone else's idea. So what is consensus? Consensus is both individuals are able to see each other's point of view and choose a solution good for both of them. You can see the other person's point of view, but you don't have to follow their idea, you just have to follow your own, and basically you can go for your own solution. For the first case study, within the first semester I'm going to live with another person, like a roommate. I would choose compromise. Why is that? So compromise is actually a good solution for this kind of problem where you have a roommate, maybe they want to use the room to pray. If they're trying to use the room to pray, if it's really a problem, I mean it depends, because there might be a lot of other factors that goes into these case studies, and I think, well, if my roommate wants to use the room to pray, well, why not? Of course, it's not all about using the room to pray. There might be some other things that I don't have in mind, and I think it wouldn't be a problem. I'm going to choose compromise for this problem. Right, so case study number 2. You have prepared a proposal for your thesis that suits your interests. You also have discussed it with some colleagues and lecturers in Indonesia, and according to them this is a good topic with excellent research questions. However, after submitting it to your academic advisor in Australia, there are many aspects in which he disagrees with the topic you are taking. You feel disappointed with the opinions expressed by the academic advisor. What will you do to resolve this conflict so that you can solve the problem well and be skillful in conflict management? The first thing that I want to do is actually listening. Listening is a big factor in conflict management, and of course it's not always about listening, right? So I will ask questions that, like, why is it not a good topic? Or if we can't fix it, how can I make it better? Or if the academic advisor willing to give suggestions. I'm going to ask for suggestions on how to work on a new, better topic. And for the conflict resolution, I would choose concession. So what is concession? Concession is one individual agrees to give in to the other. So what I'm doing here is actually the academic advisor. He might have that better point of view. My academic advisor obviously has a lot of experience in making those theses, and I might as well give in to his or her opinion. So for the third case study, before leaving for Australia to continue your study, it is important for you to make good planning by using the support of 6 thinking hats. Describe how the colors of blue, black, red, white, green and yellow can help you to improve the quality of yourself. So let me just give you the picture of these hats. So the first one is blue. What is a blue hat? So the blue hat is basically process. Thinking about thinking, what thinking is needed, organizing the thinking, planning for action. Oh, before all of that, how can I use these to improve myself? So you can see that there are 6 thinking hats, and I can use them to basically divide my traits so I can improve them individually. If I see myself as an emotional person, I can see the red hat right here. Intuition, hunches, gut instinct. My feelings right now, feelings can change, no reasons are given. So I can use these to basically divide my traits and see how can I improve myself on that traits. So the first one is process. So basically it's about organizing or planning for actions, and of course I'm going to plan the things that I have to do before I go to Australia. So the blue hat is process. I can plan for what I need to do in Australia or before I go to Australia, like how can I improve myself so I can study more, maybe other things like cooking, things like that. So basically blue hat is actually planning for action. So it's all about plans and how am I going to organize things before I go to Australia. So the second thing is facts, or white hat. So the white hat is information and data, neutral and objective. What do I know? What do I need to find out? How will I get the information I need? So for this case study about Australia, basically what I need to do is find out more about Australia and all the things that I need to know before I go to Australia basically. So the third hat is the red hat. So the red hat is actually, it's all about feelings. So emotion, intuition, hunches, instinct. What are the things that controls my feelings? I might probably have to improve on controlling my emotion. Maybe in Australia I might get into some trouble which I don't really want to happen, but who knows? Like, how can I get to control my anger? Obviously anger is not a good thing. Let's move on to the green hat. So the green hat is creativity. It's basically ideas, alternative possibilities, solutions to black hat problems. So it's basically maybe I get into some problem when I arrived in Australia, and how can I solve them with creativity? How can I be more creative in problem solving? And that's basically it. So I think it correlates to white hat, where I need to find out more about Australia and how students in Australia study, how to act politely in front of Australian people. So the fifth is yellow hat. The yellow hat is benefits, positive, plus points, why an idea is useful, logical reasons are given. It's all about positive, optimistic. I will live by myself in Australia for 1.5 years. So the last one is black hat. So black hat is cautions, difficulties, weaknesses, dangers, spotting the risks, and logical reasons are given. Basically black hat is actually the opposite of yellow hat. So how can I see the problems? How can I solve it? So the way I see the difficulties, the problems, the barriers when I get to Australia. So weaknesses. What is my weakness? How can I lessen the weakness? Go through the difficulties. Well, before I do that, I also need to see the difficulties itself before I solve them. And how can I improve them is basically learning to solve more problems. So that is it, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great holiday because holiday is coming, and stay safe. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in not another video.